Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Diva Show live from Studio B right here on TV3. Today, Ghana is playing Cape Verde. We are hoping to get into the semi-finals. If you haven't said a prayer yet, get down on your knees. Well, just close your eyes or just, say a prayer because we need to get into the semi-final, go into the final, beat whichever team is there, come home with a trophy, and the job will be done for Kwesi Appiah. All those who made a case for a local coach would be very happy. Well, I wasn't one of them, but now I believe in him. Anyway, so we're discussing Ghana's game today. We'll also be reviewing some of the games that have been played so far, 25 games played. And which of them stood out? Which of them would you say was indeed rubbish? I think there are a few. My guest this morning, Brock here, a very good friend, supports Ghana.
And Manchester United.
And Manchester United. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good to see you. And then Akosia, as a Chelsea fan, supports Ghana as well.
Yes.
Good to see you. And Yawabeng supports Ghana and Manchester United.
Yeah.
Good to see you as well.
Thank you.
No Arsenal representation. It just tells you what Arsenal is up to this season. Anyway, I'll start with you, Yao. You've watched all the games in the Cup of Nations. Are you impressed with the play this trip?
Well, I think the level of play has been average. We've seen some very good matches and we've seen some, as in your own words, rubbish matches. Yeah. I'm happy that a team like Cape Verde has qualified. It shows that, there's hope for the smaller nations, and it even shows that, what they did in Cameroon, qualifying, knocking out Cameroon, is no mean feat. Togo has also qualified for their first quarterfinal, so it's good. It's good for the tournament that the Minos are in, and I'm also happy that the South Africans have also qualified and now they are making a lot of noise.
You think they can advance?
They're making too much noise.
Can you blame them?
And I think that it's more with their coach. He talks too much, but yeah. I hope they qualify to at least keep the tournament alive. You know that when the host nation is always in, there's that vibe about the tournament.
Yeah. Akosia, how about you?
Well, I think at the beginning, 2 draws, it was really kind of a bad sort of thing. But then after the second round was actually good. There were more goals, and the tournament has actually been lively. Like as Yao said, South Africa making it. I didn't expect them to make it. Burkina Faso. I think the AFCON has more surprises, and who knows? Maybe Ghana may win it and end our 31 year.
Ghana will win it. Brock.
Well, basically, it's been a good tournament. Not so impressive with the teams, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, and I think Adebayo should be spoken to because the first game he should have gotten like 3 goals. He just wasted all the chances. He was too sluggish.
There are people in your team who should be spoken to.
Asamoah.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm mentioning your name, so. Yeah, but then so far so good. Let's just hope things go well.
Okay, but let's start off. I've listed a number of things that I want us to look at. Let's start with patronage. We've been told by CAF that the games have been sold out, but we are not seeing that.
Well, I don't know what figures they manufactured because I look at the stadiums, especially the first round of matches, the Ghana game especially, was totally empty. Yeah. I don't know, at halftime, like the normal thing we do in Ghana, free gate, and then people enter. I don't know if that's what they did there. I haven't been to South Africa this time around, but I just can't seem to see where the numbers are coming from because the stadiums don't look full. At least I was privileged to be part of Ghana 2008, and the stadiums were full. This time around, it looks a bit empty, half full. I hope from the quarterfinal stage it gets better, but I don't know where CAF got the figures of them being sold out, or they sold out. I don't know if people also were involved in ticket touting. They bought a ticket and they couldn't resell. I don't know, but it doesn't look like it's fully patronized.
Okay, what do you think could account for this?
I think most of the South Africans weren't really supportive of their team. There wasn't that much hope. And if you look at after South Africa drew with Cape Verde, the second match, after that, you see that there's more patronage. The South Africans are getting interested. I didn't think South Africa was going to make it, like, even to quarterfinals. But now that there's the home team part, I'm sure the stadiums will be full, because I remember before then I saw that a tweet or something about the DR Congo, Ghana versus DR Congo match being sold out, and then the stadium was actually empty that day. So that I think most of it has to do with the fact that South Africa wasn't really confident about their team going through, but now that they are more participation and then more people.
You think people would rather stay at home and watch it on TV?
No, I prefer going to the stadium. I mean, why get the ticket and then stay at home? If you're the host nation, things didn't go well for you, I mean, just give other teams the chance. If you can't sell your tickets, just be there yourself.
Right. And when you compare this to the World Cup that South Africa hosted, you realize that the various stadiums were really, really packed. This time is a continental event, and we are not getting the numbers. Would you say that the economies, also matter, the state of our economies?
Well, I think it's just attitude, because I was part of the World Cup, and there was that feeling there. It was like, it's our time. This is the first time Africa is hosting a World Cup event. Let's put on a good show. Now it's Africa's event, and everybody's like, okay.
So there's a general apathy.
There's a general apathy. Yeah. We need to, I don't know what the local organizing committee is doing, but the likes of Johnny Dodjan are still there, and they're working hard. They should have whipped up sentiments, whipped up emotions, and let's take it upon ourselves and bring out the best. Probably maybe some of the football being displayed too, it's not too good, but during the World Cup you're expecting to see Messi, you're expecting to see a Ronaldo, so Van Persie, so you had that,
just had to say
that enthusiasm, but now you're going to see maybe an Asamoah Gyan and Yaya Toure, so there's that watering down. But it's high time we also need to appreciate our fellow Africans, and let's make a good tournament out of this.
Absolutely. Now, how about officiating? Have you been impressed? The last time Togo, Tunisia, the referee wasn't spared. I mean, he was abused verbally all over the place, on Twitter, on Facebook, on the internet. You watched that game?
The South African referee, Mr. Bennett, I don't know, he had a stinker. It was that terrible.
Yeah.
He just had all the major decisions wrong, and it was terrible. I don't think he'll be officiating again in this tournament. I think he will be struck out, just like the referee who did the Nigeria-Zambia match had been taken off. So far, it's been pretty decent, but I think referee Bennett's performance was the highlight of bad officiating in the tournament.
Yeah. Have you been impressed with officiating, apart from the gentleman he's talking about?
Not at all. There have been times when there shouldn't have been a penalty, and then the referee has given a penalty. And
was our penalty genuine in our second game?
I will not. So far as it happened,
because it favored you. I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it, but it's like when our goalkeeper committed a foul, which he should have been given a red card, and then a referee gave him a yellow card. There are some things.
And then there was a goal as well in one of our games
against Niger.
Against Niger,
which was actually a clear goal, and it was disallowed. It worked in our favor, but then this shows that it's not creating the fair play kind of thing, and that's not good for Africa, because if we want more referees in the World Cup, then they have to step up their game and officiate.
I understand that referee was the same one who officiated our game in Kumasi. The floodlights went off and he waited patiently. I think he loves Ghana.
He's a fan of Ghana. When you're a referee and you manage to get a game in Kumasi, you would love it. I'll keep the rest of it. You would love it.
Are you serious?
You would love it.
What's that to
no, Kumasi is a nice place.
Now I'm getting ideas. Brad, how about you? Officiating?
It hasn't been too good. Probably we're just expecting more from the officials, but let's just leave it to them.
That he bribed supposedly Kofi Dankwa.
I mean, it's total nonsense. I don't know where that story came from. Kofi Dankwa, I heard him on a local radio station totally denying. We don't need to bribe Kofi Dankwa to beat Niger. I mean, it's.
But even on that day, he played well.
And I was even surprised when he was hacking down his other Achu in one tackle, and he really played his heart out. He was a very professional, and I really admired his attitude that day. We don't need to bribe him. I don't know where all these stories are coming from, but you expect that in tournaments. Most of the time you get somebody sitting somewhere writing stuff, but totally out of place.
Yeah, I thought that it was very, I really felt that, well, as a journalist, you always want to break the news first, but sometimes you must think about the interest of the nation. You know, you're supposed to be the gatekeeper, you know, and if this allegation goes far, CAF could take us on, and then, you know, it masks our image and the beauty of the game. Anyway, let's look at another issue. It looks like West Africa is still very dominant in this tournament. 7 West African nations and only South Africa, the Lone Ranger from that side of Africa. What does it say about West Africa?
West African football has always been good, and if you look at the World Cup, it's always West African teams shining for Africa.
How do we shine?
Quarterfinal.
At least
that's mediocrity.
Yes, but I believe that a West African team is going to end up winning the World Cup one day. If it should come from Africa, it's going to be from a West African team. We're actually good.
Hey, but why?
I just want to know, like,
we're actually good, and you see the sort of soccer we play is physical, and it's great to watch. I don't really like watching the North Africans play. They are too, I don't know, bullying tactics kind of thing, and always trying to foul. Even Morocco.
They're prima donnas, actually.
I'm not a fan
and
of
they can act on the pitch.
A lot of gamesmanship. I don't know. They'll fall down, roll up. It's terrible watching them.
Too much drama.
that's true.
Rock, West Africans.
Well, West Africans are making a point. We're doing our best. We just want to shine, if I should put it that way. Basically,
Yeah. But even with these 7 West African nations, there are some countries there that, you know, I wouldn't want to say they don't deserve to be there. Has Nigeria really impressed you? I mean, I think they lack creativity.
Well, they lack creativity, but you see, in tournaments, you just need to do enough to get. Probably maybe they are slow starters. Maybe they are now warming into the tournament, but they've been terrible. I mean, Keshi has been under a lot of pressure.
I think that guy talks too much.
He is. I mean, he's the boss man. I mean, he made certain decisions before the tournament. He dropped Osazo Dewingi. He dropped Obafemi Martins, and he took certain players there. So he's under a lot of pressure to deliver. I think he's not had the right mix in midfield and in attack. Victor Moses didn't start the first game, but realized that when he started the next 2 games, he's been good. But there's no creativity in the midfield. They lack that.
The next game, Mikelobi will bring that creativity. Welcome back to the show. It's still the Diva Show live on TV3. We're discussing the African Cup of Nations in South Africa, and we will also be discussing Zambia, the disappointment. I think some people were expecting that, and also the issue about Zambia not being able to represent the continent at the Confederations Cup. Do you think CAF has treated Zambia very well?
I mean, there are rules of engagement in every tournament. CAF went to an extraordinary congress and decided that no, they want to change the Nations Cup from even years to odd years. I don't know what Havurina is all about. I mean,
he's thinking there should have been a playoff between the 2013 winner.
No. He went to this tournament talking about winning it. He only starts thinking about not going to the Confederations Cup when he loses miserably and gets out of. Okay, when he draws miserably and gets out of the tournament. I don't know what it's all about. Our CAF not respecting Zambia, and they do Zambia not being sexy enough to.
Yes.
It's all rubbish in quotes. If I use that word, he needs to wise up and realize that the rules of engagement were there before the tournament. CAF decided that the 2013 winner will represent Africa at the Confederations Cup. He knew that before he went to the tournament. Why didn't he protest before the tournament started and only started? I mean, it's just sour grapes, basically. Sour grapes.
You think CAF has treated them well?
Yeah, I think it's fair. That was the rule. That 2013 when I was going to represent, and they lost. They were so cocky from the start. I don't know, the overconfidence was just too much. They, instead of taking...
And Katongo thinking he should have been the African Player of the Year.
You know, sometimes when you are given the opportunity, you think you are all that. It's sad that they had to bow the way they did, and they didn't lose any game.
Sad? Exciting.
Okay, on our part...
I was excited.
But then at least should have made it to the semi-finals or something. But then it's their loss. We have us to think about.
Yeah. I hope you will side with Zambia. Unfortunately, no.
Well, I just have to, go against them, Let me just take your minds away from Zambia. Just take a look at Chelsea winning the Champions League. They could even make it to the next round. I mean, Zambia did the same. You came into the tournament, you tried your possible best not to win, but just, had draws. Hard luck.
Like I keep saying, nature has a way of correcting mistakes.
Well, you could say that.
Yeah.
You could say that.
Right. Now let's look at our game today. Ghana, Cape Verde. What kind of game are you expecting? And so far, I haven't seen Akamenko again. I hope we don't see him again.
Oh, Jerry Akamenko. It looks like every tournament there's like a victim.
The last one was...
Sami Kufuor was the victim somewhere in 2006. Yeah? He played the first game, didn't have really a very good game, and that was the end of him. And we've had a few other casualties like that. Akamenko, he had a terrible game, but Fossa has been solid. I mean, apart from the odd mistake he made in our last game, but I think in our second game he was so superb. He was solid. The Cape Verde team, you should not write them off. We played them in November, right?
Yes.
We beat them 1-0 in somewhere in Portugal. It was a friendly match. Wakaso got a goal, right? So I'm hoping he gets the goal today. But they are no mean team. I mean, they went to Cameroon. They took Cameroon out of the Nations Cup. You shouldn't write them off. But
yeah, and they have nothing to lose, really. It's their first time. They've done what Togo has struggled to do over the years.
Yeah, and the surprising thing is that their coach is not even a proper coach. He's an air traffic controller who took time off to take this team, spent about 1 week with Mourinho to understudy him and see how things are done. But, I mean, it's a fairy tale story for them. Yeah. It's unfortunate it's going to come to an end.
We are going to end the party for them today.
Oh, yes, we are going to end the party.
What if they pull a surprise?
It's football. Anything can happen, but I don't expect them. I think the Black Stars are too strong. We have too much experience.
Entire Black Star thing within him, I think Ghana would, make it to the top, because it's been how long? We've won the cup four times, and let's just see what Kwesi.
I'm sure the last time we won the cup, you weren't even born.
No comment.
Anyway, I'll go for some messages here. Self-Paid says that go Ghana, we are going to win it by His grace. Sefa Kujo says you're looking great, thank you very much. Ebenezer F. Brock, you know this guy?
Yeah, my brother.
Your brother, okay. Says good morning. I think Nigeria has a chance against the Elephants. I know Yao Bing and Brock will crack up at this one. I hope you're not making fun of Nigeria. Atipo says, I love your show. Ghana team, unpredictable. We are winning today. Edem Seshi here, thank you. And Kweku Boss says, I hope that you are aware of... Okay, that's a very unnecessary one. I'm not going to read it. Otre Richmond says, Yao Bing, I'm loving your analysis. Keep it up. Sick of classicals. I think that's, what's his name? Pascal.
Okay.
Pascal says that, well, he's enjoying. He thinks Ghana is going to win. I hope Pascal means it. Pascal can hate sometimes. Anyway, Prince Kasmet says that Ghana is winning by 2-0. God bless Ghana. Castro wants to know if you know, we all think that Ghana would win because you're being patriotic. We love our country. In the event that Ghana doesn't, you're coming home. Would that end Ghana's chances forever? I mean, we've been doing this for a very long time. We've been qualifying every time. Is this the time for Ghana? We said it last year that this is it for Ghana.
Well, something has to give in. I mean, you know Spain, the story of Spain.
Yes.
Before they won the Euros in 2000, everybody says, oh, they are the bridesmaid. They always played fine football. They'll get, and they broke that jinx. And from then on, Spain is now like the top team in the world. Everybody's reference to good football is Spain. You need that lucky break. Something has to give in.
So this is it for us?
The omens are right. I mean, if you look at the last few games, there was supposed to be a red card against Fatal. It never happened. He just scored a goal. It was disallowed. It looks like maybe the Zambia effect is also rubbing on us. But I think there's focus.
Sajifo is
and the path that we are taking, seriously, if we don't get to the final, I'll be very surprised. Because after Cape Verde, we either meet Togo or Burkina Faso.
And
these are teams on paper we have to beat. It's not that easy, like playing it, but we need to. I mean, if you want to win the tournament, you have to beat such teams. So it looks good for us. We just need focus. And you know, Ghana, anytime there's not too much expectation on the team, we tend to do well. 2010, Angola, 1 goal project. Everybody was looking at the team. Oh, they've just promoted these under 21 boys. What are they going to do? And we got to the final. I mean, it was a shame we couldn't win, but at least we got to the final. I think we are going on that same path.
Okay. Now, earlier in the week, we went out to talk to people about this particular game. Ghana, Cape Verde, we're playing in Port Elizabeth. That's more like our home now, so we should be very comfortable. This is what people had to say.
Our players too, they must be talked to, because it seems at the second part of the game, when they score 1 or 2, then they will relax. And I think that if you look at the Cape Verde, they play all the 90 minutes. And I think we have to go the extra mile. At least we should give them 2-0.
With respect to our last match, I think the team performed better because we improved in our pace, we improved in our skills, and our strikers were on spot. So against Cape Verde, a team which we have met before, and we really scored them. I think we should even score them more with this time around.
You see, the last time Ghana scored, I think 3 goals, it was something like luck. For me, they are not performing, so Cape Verde will score Ghana definitely like 4 something. Yeah.
My prediction this time around is to be like about 5 goals to 1.
Definitely, I expect them to win. I hope it's 2-0. But if it's 1-0, so we take it. All we want is a win.
Against Cape Verde, I think that we should give our best, because Cape Verde are no much compared to us. We are up there and they are down there, so I think a 3-0 should do.
The attack should be more clinical, and then the midfielders also. You know, the combination, there's no telepathy between the attacking and then the midfielders. So if they can link up more, and then the defense, you know, the pace of some of them they are so sluggish. So I think if you're able to correct those mistakes, we'll be able to win the game.
So your prediction?
Maybe 3.
I want Asamajan to hold on the penalty. If Asamajan penalty, to give it to other person to play the penalties. So shouldn't play.
Okay, I'm not gonna laugh. I like that word, penaltics. Yeah, I love football. Right, so more messages here. Somebody saying 5-0 against Cape Verde. Wow. South Bay says Ghana 3, Cape Verde 0. Our boys should be smart and the defense should be tight. Champo Ampofo says, I'm loving the show. I think the stars are going all out to the top. Clement Boache says, I'm enjoying the show. Ghana must win against Cape Verde. Gil Boo says, Ghana is missing Didayu. I disagree. Killa B says, please tell Ghanaians who do not believe that Ghana will win the cup and that they should leave Ghana alone. Are we missing Didayu?
I prefer us not talking about him now, because I mean he's not part of it. I mean, definitely he would have added something to the team, but I mean he's not there. Let's focus on the players who are there now, and I think they've done a decent job. They've got to the quarterfinals. We are looking at getting to the semi-finals. So let's see. After the tournament, we can discuss this whole Dede Jordan incident.
Yes.
But at this moment, let's all back the Black Stars. Let's support them. Whoever is not there is not important at this moment. Let's just focus on the players there.
Okay, so Kwesi Gatwa thinks that Ghana will win 3-1. And the lady who just said Cape Verde will defeat Ghana by 4 goals in the clip should have her passport revoked. after the game. he's a bit upset with that one. Well, it's her opinion. We have to respect that. But you see some Ghanaians supporting the countries we play against. Like a guy on my BB, Wahab, always supporting the team Ghana is playing. And I don't know.
I think it's more of a defensive mechanism. They just don't want to be heartbroken, so they are just want to...
Oh, yeah. They can't take defeat.
Yeah, so they just want to...
Okay, now let's look at the final. Of course, Ghana will be in there. You think that we will meet... I don't want Ivory Coast in the final for some reason, but it looks like Ivory Coast can come into that final.
I mean, if we are to meet Ivory Coast in the final, that would be the game. The game of the tournament.
We beat them in Angola, didn't we?
Yeah.
They beat us.
They beat us?
Yeah.
Michael Essien got injured.
I remember. It was in Ghana.
That's true.
So, let's just hope for the best. And Ghana will sail through.
Okay. It doesn't look like you're very confident.
Well, we shall see. I wouldn't back, Ivory Coast on that day, but I'm rooting all for Ghana, so.
Yeah, I could see a final.
Final, Ghana, Ivory Coast. I just don't want a repeat of 92. Yeah, that's all I don't want. But then I also want us to realize that our 4 titles were won by Ghanaian coaches. And this time, we have a Ghanaian coach. So that's what's making me a little bit optimistic about. And the Ivorian team can be beatable. It's not like they are perfect or anything. We can win against them. So, if it's Ghana versus Ivory Coast, Ghana can win. I'm being patriotic, yes. But then there's a little bit of hope that the Black Stars can beat them.
Okay. Yeah. Let's look at the issue of local coaches. You think Kwesi Appiah has done well? I mean, let's take away the tie he wore on the first day.
in
fact, was like tea bread.
Somebody on my Twitter feed said if Ghana wins the tournament, he's going to abandon his Windsor knot and actually do the Kwesi Appiah knot. So I think that will be invoked. But I mean, seriously, Kwesi is doing well. Yeah. We just hope he can get far to make a case for local coaches. I think Kwesi has handled the team properly. He's shown he's in charge. He's taking certain decisions. Some of us disagree in certain areas, but he's the coach. The backstop with him, and so far so good. He's done well. I just hope he can continue that, so that at least more local coaches are now going to get encouraged. Kwesi, if you look at the profile of Kwesi too, he's not somebody who is just sitting there and not improving on himself. That's the problem I have with local coaches. Most of them don't improve. They are just there merely. They've gone to Winneba school. They've done some one.
You're beginning to sound like Justin Ado.
Well, that's the truth, actually. Yeah. Some of them don't actually improve themselves. It's high time the coaches invest in the same way. Probably maybe I'm working in a bank. I think I have to do a certain course and actually improve on myself. Maybe some people are working here, so let me go and do my MBA. Let me go and do this professional course. Coaches need to do that. You need to take it as a serious job that's going to earn you money. And that's what our coaches don't do. Because, I mean, how much is Kwesi earning? 15K a month. I mean, I wish I was a coach. It would do me well.
Just by the way, Yalbi works with Zenith Bank. I didn't introduce you very well. He works with Zenith Bank. You should give us loans.
Join.
But we won't pay back. That's the thing.
We'll talk about that.
Akwesi is at the University of Ghana in her 3rd year. Yeah. Brock, where do you work?
Office of Parliament.
Yes. He's at Parliament House. That's true. I forgot about that one. Right. What do you think Kwesi Appiah is doing right?
Well, I think he's a people's person. I think that's the first attribute. He's very, very calm. You'd realize that he talks to the players well, and he's not like the dictator type of coach. So it works well with the players. I think they see him more as a friend, and that's what I like about him. He's very calm. He's not hasty in his decision making. So that's working for him.
And he's very unassuming.
Yes, and very quiet. And he's someone that always. You see that he reads a lot into things, and I think he listens as well. When we were making noise about Kwadwo Asamoah being on left back, the next game he changed that. And although he listens to, he's not someone who can easily be pushed. His decision to drop the Ayus was actually, I thought that gave him a lot of credit, in the sense that not many coaches would do that. And this is a situation whereby you actually drop 2 key players and 2 popular key players, and they are doing very well in Marseille at the moment too. So he doing that shows that he's a man of his own words, and then he's not sitting there for anybody in the GFA to actually push him over, which I think is good.
You agree, bro?
I agree with her.
Yeah.
I agree with her.
Right. Now let's go for some tidbits and then we'll look at Kwadwo Asamoah. I think he's a world-class player. Yeah, you don't agree?
No, he is. I mean, he's world-class in Juventus, but when it comes to Ghana...
We haven't really seen the Kwadwo Asamoah.
I've only seen one good game, Ghana-Mali away. He was excellent. But apart from that, he's always average.
Yeah?
When he's playing for the Black Stars. I don't know why.
You think that there's something missing?
There's something missing.
Yeah. It's very difficult to impress Yaobe. Right, let's go for some tidbits here before we go more into the game today. That's Asamoah Gyan there, and the captain, he says that he's confident, and his confidence has skyrocketed ahead of this game. We will see how that pans out today. And Kwesi Appiah is demanding an improved performance from his players for the Cup of Nations quarterfinal against Cape Verde today. Well, that's the Nigerian midfielder Imba, who says that Super Eagles can do that thing against Ivory Coast. I'm hoping that he really means it. He's not just saying it. I hope they can beat Ivory Coast.
Mikelobi.
Right, and this last one here, Bafana there. The Kaiser Chiefs guy there, well, it's gone. Togo making history. Adebayo.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Togo and the way the players, some refused to play. I mean, Akwasi Agasa, Adebayo, and they came back because of a phone call from their president, and they've managed to gather that team spirit together, that togetherness together, and they've really gone far. They've impressed me.
Yeah. You think they can go to the semi-final?
Well, against Burkina don't look too good. That game is 50-50. I won't be surprised if it goes for penalty shootout. In fact, I really want to see a penalty shootout.
But not in the Ghana game.
No, not in the Ghana game.
What's your fear?
No, you know, Ghanaians and penalty kicks are not... they don't mix. It looks like... I don't remember the last time Ghana Black Star team won penalty shootout. I don't know. But I have to go back into the archives.
Like England and Ghana.
Yeah, England, the same thing.
Well, England is winning the World Cup next year.
Good luck to them.
Right, so we will talk briefly about the English Premier League games for today. But I'll take your predictions first. Ghana, Cape Verde.
2-0 in favor of Ghana.
Okay. And the scorers?
Ajiman Bedu.
Asamoah Gyan.
No, John Pinto.
Okay.
2-0. Kwadwo Asamoah, my favorite player. And Asamoah Gyan.
Yeah. All right.
3-0. Yes. Wakaso, Asamoah Gyan, and Ajiman Bedu. I don't think Ajiman Bedu has scored in this tournament, so he should. No, he scored the first.
He scored the first goal, that header.
He will score today.
Yeah.
I'll go for 3-0. I don't know. I have a good feeling today.
3-0.
Yeah.
You people are mean. So you wouldn't even give Cape Verde 1?
Nah.
No.
No encouragement. No.
Wow. I was thinking 2-1 against Cape Verde.
And who's scoring?
For Cape Verde?
No, for Ghana.
Oh, Ajiman Bedu and Asamoah Gyan. Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like you don't.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Believe.
Your opinion, so.
Right, let's go for the fixtures for the quarterfinal. And Ghana, Cape Verde today at 3 p.m. live on TV3, and that will be followed by South Africa, Mali. You think South Africa can do this?
I hope they do, but they are talking too much for my liking. It's a game that I see extra time written all over it, seriously.
Okay, we'll see. Now, and then on Sunday, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Togo. A very interesting side there. I think Togo will go into the semi-final.
I hope they do.
You hope? Yeah, but the Ivory Coast, Nigeria, would you describe that game as a cracker? Is that the game of the tournament, Ivory Coast, Nigeria? I don't think so.
Well, it should have been if the Nigerians were playing at their full potential. Right now, they are not playing, so it's more of men against boys. But you see, you can't write off Nigeria because they still have that experience.
Exactly.
So they can make a game out of it. But if Ivory Coast turn up, I fear for Nigeria.
Who's been your most outstanding player?
Alan Tuare.
Oh.
But sad
I
that
thought you
he's
were going to
injured.
talk about some Ghana player.
I've been making so much noise about him, and then all of a sudden he picks up an injury. But I think he's been good, and yeah, that's my favorite.
Bless
player.
him. Brock.
I think Ajima Bedu. Yeah, I mean, picking up best player of the game for like 2 games consecutive, I think he's been good.
Okay, yeah.
I've been impressed with one South African defender, Sangweni. You know the guy who scored the winning goal?
Yes, against
the equalizer again.
Yeah.
Okay. The way he's a defender, he scored 2 goals, and both goals, oh man,
top class.
That guy needs to be striking for them. The way he took his first goal, a volley, the second goal, he actually curled the ball around the goalkeeper. I was like, wow, even Asamajan will be impressed with that. So he's impressed me. I'm really not for his defending, but his contribution to the team. He's really done well. I've been impressed with Wakaso too. I think. Well, I was having my doubts before the tournament whether because he's a player who has a tendency of getting yellow cards and being rushed, but he's been good. He's been good, and Kwasi Agasa too.
Yeah.
The Togolese goalkeeper has been.
Yeah. Are we getting too many goals? No.
No.
It's good for the tournament to get more goals. I think the last tournament we're averaging 2.5 goals. I don't know what the figures this time around, but when there are goals, the tournament, everybody's happy, people get excited, people follow. So let's get more goals in the tournament.
Yeah, that will be very, very interesting. Anyway, so the game, as I told you earlier, Ghana, Cape Verde, 3 p.m. sharp will be on TV3. But before that, Eloy Amandi will be here with his panelists to discuss the nitty-gritties of that game, and we're praying that Ghana would not disappoint. I think we will do this. I think they're bringing the cup home. And there was a comment the other day on Twitter. Somebody was praying. It was actually a prayer that Asamoah shouldn't freeze like a BlackBerry phone in front of the goalkeeper today.
No, maybe it's the new improved BlackBerry 10.
I thought that was a classic joke. Just spare the guy, right? Anyway, we have just a few minutes more to go. Chelsea's playing which team today?
Unfortunately, I've not been following
Chelsea Newcastle. Away at St. James's Park.
You think you can do it?
No, Sisi has a goal.
No comments. I'm just praying that we win our thing.
Why no comments?
No vim.
Probably she's looking back at their game against Reading
and Brentford.
Yeah.
And then Southampton. 2 goals up and then
Chelsea.
It's sad, and I'm not a fan of Rafa Benitez as well. So yeah, but maybe we can win.
Okay, United Fulham.
Good game. We beat them at Old Trafford 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So just watch out for Waza.
Yay, he's back, right?
He's back, banging goals. Chicharito is a bit, on the low run. I hear he picked up an injury, so let's just see Rooney.
Van Persie has 2 goals in that game. Yeah.
Which game? Fulham, Man U?
Chelsea,
Newcastle. Newcastle is like the new French team. They have like 8 French players now in I don't know what language
Padu will be speaking,
because I know Padu doesn't speak any French, so it's a funny dressing room that they will have. But they're really struggling this season, and the last game they actually went to Villa and won there, so they look good. Musa Sissoko, Papis is still around. He wants to show people that they haven't missed them, and it's the return of them, Baba. Yeah. I'm wondering what kind of reception he will have there. Because, he served them well, but it's just unfortunate he had to leave to a bigger or a better team in quotes. But it's a game that looks good. I really want to watch that game. It's good. It'll be fireworks.
United Fulham. Unfortunately, they're playing at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So you have to choose between Ghana.
I'll be watching the Ghana game and just getting updates. You have to be patriotic.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. United Fulham.
Fulham, there's no Berbatov today. He's injured, but I remember Fulham hitting United 3-0 some seasons ago when we had to play Carrick and Fletcher in defense. So I really want a revenge. I hope we can repeat. We can reverse that that defeat. So by the end of the day, it's the 3 points that matter.
Okay, you think the trophy will be easy for us?
It's difficult because last season Man United were leading 7-8 points and collapsed. Very unlike Man United. So hoping this season they've learned their lesson, and I think Ferguson actually said that never again will that thing happen again. So he's learned his lesson. Mancini was on TV yesterday saying that Man United shouldn't think they won the league because you don't win the league in January, and that's true. You win the league after March or somewhere in April. So you still have to look.
And the Premier League will miss Balotelli.
Yes. Super Mario. He was. It wasn't only about his play, but off the pitch and everything he used to do and his quotes and everything. And there were some pictures of him on Twitter, and I was looking at them and I was laughing that he actually gave City an extra kind of edge, and he's going to be missed. I hope as a player he decides to put away the childish kind of behavior and step up, because if you want to be a good footballer, attitude is really important, and he needs to put away that kind of on and off sort of fights with his coaches. It's not going to help him at all.
Yeah. Balotelli, what's your best memory of Balotelli? Why always me? I know.
I mean, well, I think he wants to step up his game. Going back to Italy, Balotelli, England, he wasn't really getting the whole football feeling in England, A friend was telling me Balo after a game would just, go out on the streets, disguise himself, start tipping people on the street before people realize, hey, this is Balotelli. People are really going to miss him, but it just had to happen. Yeah,
I'll take the final word. Balotelli out of England.
The enigma Balotelli, I love him. I hope he, as Marcus said, grows up, he matures, because too many silly things. He did fight with his coach, but my favorite memory was Christmas time. He actually walked into a pub in Manchester and said, all drinks on me, put some money down on the table, and actually went to church. I love him for that.
Yeah, we'll miss Balotelli. Thank you very much, Yawobing, from Zenith Bank, Akosia from the University of Ghana, and then Brock from the Parliament House. Well, thank you so much for your time. We are back next week, and go Ghana. Say a prayer for Ghana, but eat before the game.